How we doing, Patriot fam? Grouchy old Patriot here. Coming back with another quick episode of Coffee with a Grouch. What's in this big old box, you're asking? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But before we do, I got a bone to pick. I am not the best user of the English language, not the most articulate person to ever come along, but at least I can spell. If you're going to make comments for other people to see, if you're going to make protest signs that's going to be shown on the news when they come out and do stories on whatever it is you're protesting, don't show your ignorance by misspelling the English language. I was watching the news the other day. Somebody was protesting a right to life clinic, adoption place, whatever. And there was an individual who I'm assuming was pro-life, had a sign that said, "Save our children." No, it didn't say "Save our children." It said "Save our children." A-R-E. But right across the street from him was another person protesting. I'm assuming that person was pro-choice. They had a sign that said something about, "Let a woman choose what to do with their body." There. T-H-E-R-E. Well, where I'm from and the school I went to, there was a direction. More commonly known around these parts as yonder. Over there, over yonder. The personal pronoun would be T-H-E-I-R. There. That's personal. There is a direction. Our is the possessive. Those are our children. Are is an interrogative. Are you coming to the party? Are you okay? A-R-E. If you're going to use the language in public, try to use it right. Otherwise, you just look stupid. Stupider than you probably already are. Now we're going to get to the box. A few videos ago, I had a road ramblings when I talked about, being prepared on the road and having a spare tire and how easy it was to just do a few things to be prepared for whatever may befall you. I had a friend on social media ask me, "Well, what do you use in your vehicle? What do you keep in your vehicle?" So, we're going to do that today. This is not a box that I prepared special for this video. I just went out and grabbed this out of Mama's Jeep, out of the back. This one she's been carrying in her Jeep. I'm not going to go over the normal stuff that everybody should have, like jack, spare tire, lug wrench, jumper cables, a couple of crescent wrenches, pair of pliers, a few screwdrivers, general basic maintenance tools that can get you out of a problem. This little box here is to help overcome them unexpected circumstances on the road that you may find yourself in, especially in the wintertime. The box itself is nothing special. I think I got it at Harbor Freight. If I'm wrong on that, my wife will correct me. I'm sure of that. But it's nothing special. It's just a little plastic box with the little snap latches on the edges. Let's see what we keep in this little box to help get us out of trouble in the winter. We got a little hatchet. 1 1/4 pound hatchet, oak handle, help process a little firewood. You can use it to break up ice on the, if something's frozen or whatever. A lot of uses for a little hatchet. Good to have, good little tool. We've also got a wool blanket. I do use wool and not fleece because even when they get wet, they retain their ability to hold in heat, and they're somewhat water repellent. You can throw them over you like a cloak, and yeah, they'll get heavy, but they won't get. It'll have to be a real downpour to get plumb soaked through, and help keep you warm. Tarp, just a cheap. This one's Ozark Trail, so must have got it at Walmart. They probably had them on sale. This is a 7 by 9 foot little blue tarp. If you need a tarp, throw on the ground to get under your vehicle to work on something, or you need to fix a broken window in a storm or whatever, when it gets broke out, you need to keep the wind out or make a quick shelter or whatever. Little tarp, roll of duct tape. Now, put a buddy tab on your duct tape, people. Just peel it back an inch or so and fold it over. That little tab right there will help you if you've got gloves on. You can find the edge and peel it up. It'll help the next person that comes along. It's just a good idea, and we'll save a few seconds and a little bit of frustration. Emergency rain poncho. Got this at Walmart. No, I didn't. I got this at Academy. I'm pretty sure I got this at Academy. It's just a cheap little clear plastic poncho. It's not a durable poncho. You're not going to go hunting or hiking or camping in this. But if you're stuck on the side of the road having to change a flat tire in a rainstorm or sleeting or whatever, you've got this. You can throw it over your clothes. It'll help keep your clothes clean and keep you somewhat dry. So a little emergency poncho. Space blanket. One of them Mylar space blankets. You can take these, unfold them, stick them up in your window in the vehicle. It'll help reflect heat back to you. You can wrap yourself up in them, then wrap up in the wool. This will reflect your body heat back. The wool will help it be an insulating layer, help keep you warm. Little space blanket. I got 2 packs of these Hot Hands hand warmers. These are great. You can each one lasts up to 10 hours. You can activate them, put a couple under your armpits or in your groin, slip them down in your boots. They'll help keep the chill off, help keep you warm, get you through the night. Now then, water. Everybody needs good clean water. You'd be surprised at how thirsty a person can get in just a few hours, especially if you're active out doing something. Even if it's cold, if you're active, you're going to be sweating a little bit, you're going to be getting dehydrated. So water, great thing to have. 7. Normally keep 8 pints. This has got 7 in it. So she must have used one for something or other. I use the little individual pints of water because you're not getting a lot of waste out of it that way. They're easy to store. Also have a stainless steel cup. You can get these at Walmart, and get them at Academy, get them at Cabela's, wherever. They're great to drink out of. They're great to boil water in. If you need to sterilize water. Coffee. Little individual, single serve, instant coffee. Get these at the dollar store. If you want, you can also throw a couple of them little flavor sticks down in here to make cherry water or lemon water, whatever. Hot chocolate packet. If you got kids, you can put a couple of hot chocolate packs in here so you can heat some water and make hot chocolate. Just a warm beverage to help keep you going. I'm a coffee drinker, as we all know, so I have coffee. Okay. Flashlight. Little cheap flashlight, great to have. Oh, 2 Bic lighters. Yeah, you can have fire sticks, and you can get out and rub 2 sticks together and make a bow drill and flint and steel and all that, but people, these are cheap and they're easy. They make fire. 2 of them. One gets wet, whatever, you've got the other one. So, a couple of lighters. Now, I also have magnesium block with a little ferro rod on it, and it's got the striker with it. So, just in case, we do have that for fire. Pill bottle. Doesn't have any pills in it. But what is in it? Well, I've got a Ziploc bag that's got cotton balls soaked in Vaseline, petroleum jelly, as a fire starter. Even if your tinder is a little damp, these are great. They take a spark easy. They burn for quite a while. You can get a fire going with them. You keep them in a pill bottle. They're protected. They're not going to, even if the Ziploc bag gets tore, they're not going to get Vaseline all over everything. And it's just an easy way to store them. So, and then of course, like I said, the cup. You can boil water in it, make your coffee in it. If you run out of water, you can melt snow. You can find other water and boil it to sterilize it. So the container serves those purposes. But it also, I did that wrong. Then we go back there. Light goes there. And lighters go there. Okay. Now then, you've also got the cup, which one of these little pint bottles will not overfill this, but fill it up pretty good. I got some dehydrated soup. Traveler's Stew. This is from my Patriot Supply, Patriot Pantry, and it's actually pretty good. I've ate this before. It ain't bad. This you mix. You put some water in your cup, get it to boiling, dump some of this in there, make you some stew. This will make, it says 5 cups of water, so it'll make 5 servings of a Traveler Stew, and give you some calories, give you some nourishment, something warm in your belly. And since it is a stew, you can drink it. You don't have to have a spoon to eat it. It's got rice, lentils, chicken bouillon, soy, garlic. I don't know. Anyway, it'll keep you fed and keep you warm for a day or two. We've also got several of these protein bars, Cliff bars, pure protein. Just quick calories, keep you going for a little while. If you got kids with you, you can give them something to snack on or whatever. And there, you've got food and water. Here in Oklahoma, we're not going to be trapped for days on end. You may have to spend it one night. You may have to spend a few hours the next day until somebody can get to you. We're not way out in the back country. This is just, you know, get you through a day or two if you had to. Oh, let's see what else. Cordage. Always use some cordage. I've got 50 feet of paracord, and then I got one of these 20-foot little hanks of diamond braid polyester rope. You can get these at Harbor Freight for $1, 20 feet, quarter-inch diamond braid. They're handy, they're cheap, pretty good little rope, and then of course the paracord. I've got a decent folding knife, nothing super fancy, nothing high dollar. It's just a good, stout folding knife. I think that one was about $15, $18. Nothing super fancy. Also got a fixed blade knife. This is a Mora knife made in Sweden. The blade is carbon steel, so it's easy to keep sharp. It will rust if you're not, you have to keep a little bit of oil on it. But it holds an edge great, and they're easy to dress up, easy to sharpen. Mora knife makes a great knife. I've probably got, I don't know, a dozen of these, different sizes, different styles. They come with this nice little plastic scabbard. You got the belt clip on it. And if you have to, you can use them, you know, to baton firewood. They've got a good edge on the back for the fire steel. So, good little fixed blade knife. Never know what you might need it for. Survival Spring water filter. This is by Alexa Pure. I think I bought these from My Patriot Supply. That's where I got these. Filters up to 300 gallons, up to 99.9% of waterborne bacteria and protozoan cysts, 0.2 micron. So there you go. You get 300 gallons of clean water if you need it. Now then, I know each and every one of you that watched my video about the little IFAC and trauma kit I made. I told you I do not like store-bought, pre-made first aid kits. I know, it looks like a store-bought, pre-made first aid kit, but it's not. I bought this because it did have a few good things in it, but it's a metal box. And I wanted the metal box because they're sturdy, they're watertight. I take the junk stuff out of them and I put my own stuff in them. So, Israeli trauma bandage, cat tourniquet, compressed gauze. Any of y'all, I'm not going to go completely through this. Anybody that saw my video on my little trauma kit, it's basically the exact same stuff that was in it, only it's stored in this metal box. And I did that for two reasons. One, it keeps it safe, keeps it all contained and dry and clean. It don't get crushed. And number two, if we're out stuck on the side of the road or an accident scene or something happens and I have to tell somebody else, or my wife has to tell somebody else, go in the back of the Jeep and get the first aid kit. Kind of hard to mistake what that is. So that's why that's in there. Now the last things we have in our little box of tricks here, not everybody's going to agree with this, but I keep them in there. I keep a box of ammo for the guns that we are more than likely going to have with us. So, I got a box of 12 gauge, box of 20 gauge, box of 40 Smith & Wesson, and a box of 22. Because even though we do have other guns than those, if we're just traveling, going hither and thither, more than likely, one of them's the guns we're gonna have with us. So I keep extra ammo for those. And that's it. That's everything in my little box of tricks here. Now, if you've got kids, keep a few boxes of raisins. Raisins are great food, high energy, no problem. And I apologize for the lighting here, folks, but it's sun's going down and it is what you get. Now, like I said, you could also keep a can of Sterno if you live in more northern climate, where it'd be, or an urban area or wherever where it may be hard to get out and build a fire. Keep a can of Sterno or a small camp stove in here, something to cook on, warm your water up. You could also beware of carbon monoxide, but you could use a can of Sterno or a alcohol stove to be a source of heat in your vehicle. So yeah, you know, this is just, like I said, this is what I do. I'm not telling anybody else out there how to do their stuff. You know what you need better than I know what you need. All right, so you put together your own little box, and you can have a summer box, a winter box. It doesn't matter. Let's see what else is got to go in here first. Okay, and it's just a way to be prepared, just in case something happens. I would rather my wife carry this stuff around for 15 years and never need it than be caught out there one time needing it and not have it. That goes on top because it's one of the things you'll be using more than often than not. And that's the way I pack this. Like the emergency poncho, tarp, hatchet, stuff that I think you're going to need quicker, I try to put on top. I hope this gave you an idea. I hope it got you to thinking, you know, to maybe set something like this up for your wife or your mother. That would be nice. Let's see, duct tape. There we go. And I would rather you put something together where you've got a few essentials and never need them. I gotta turn that over. There we go. What did I do wrong? There we go. And never need them. Than for one of your family members to need help and not have the means to help themselves. So give me a shout out. Let me know what you think. You know, do y'all have a kit? Let me know what you put in yours. Maybe you can give me some ideas. You can find me on, of course, you can leave comments on here. Find me on MeWe, Truth Social, Twitter, at Grouchy Old Patriot. And let me know. I'd be glad to hear what you got to say. You know, we're in this together. And the more prepared we are to help ourselves, the more prepared we are to help each other. And really, that's all I got for you today, folks. So I'm going to get this all packed back up and slid back in the back of Mama's Jeep so she's got it. And other than that, folks, as always, may liberty's torch light your path. And Godspeed in all your endeavors.